folks, I'm Colonel Failure and this is Train Fever. Last time around we tried adding additional trains to lines that we were running already. It created a bit of a mess, but we got there eventually, and now we're back on track financially. I think, you know, in terms of earnings to train, they're probably down a little, but overall, I've got nothing really to complain about. What have you missed since you've been away? So I've played forward a little bit, and double signal there. How exciting! Yeah, I've played forward a little, and the A4 is now available. So when these existing steam trains start to run out, I might go with the A4 because it's a properly good thing to look at, or I might go straight for the electric. I haven't decided yet. I've also upgraded all of my trucks to be running the finest modern example of goods haulage, and I think that'll possibly resonate in a little bit more goods being delivered, and as such a bit more growth from some of those facilities. So I have, however, identified a potential issue with the growth of Dronfield, which is where we're still hanging out. And that is the station. Now, the station itself is, the spacing is now working, so we don't have endless queues of trains. I did find, for those of you who care about such things, I did find that I'd got a signal, an old school signal, just sat here, that it took me ages to spot, that was causing continuous log jams coming in from this direction. So, that was fun to resolve. But anyway, back to the point that I was attempting to make. This station here. Now, I have a suspicion that this station has a capacity of around 75, maybe a little more, maybe a little less passengers. And as such, it's never going to hit its full potential. I suspect that's the case, but I could be wrong. Now, I think we've spoken about this before with regards to goods, but never in terms of passengers. And so I think, we're going to need to replace this with a 4-platform effort. And frankly, the time to do that is now. The AI has just started building on the other side of the tracks, as you can see. But it won't be long before it starts, spreading quite healthily over this side of things. So as soon as there's a gap in proceedings here, I'm going to demolish this station, and today we're going to replace it with a 4-tracker. What could possibly go wrong? Well, lots of things could possibly go wrong. I'm going to have to hit the pause button at exactly the right moment. I don't want this fella to come in, so let's stop him now. Because obviously I'm going to need plenty of space as well, and that might take some doing. So the plan is we get rid of the station, we replace it with a 4-tracker, and then we reline the routes to come in accordingly. So here we go. Yeah, I hate doing that. Yeah, so this is typical. Take something away that's working just fine, and replace it with something that we then have to forcibly make work. Okay, hopefully that's enough space at least to get the station in. Station. Right, passenger station, max length, 4 tracks. And if there's any justice in the world, it will just slot there. We can collision with what? It's colliding with the bus stop. Okay, right, well we can deal with that. And then we can put the bus stop back in. And the game's usually smart enough to be able to... there we are, we've got it. That's the one. We're there. Take it. The game's usually smart enough to be able to figure out a replacement bus stop when I put one in. Right about there ought to do the trick. Hopefully that's picked that up, but we might need to investigate further. Right, now, before we go any further, let's upgrade this immediately. Just so that it's done. Now comes the tricky part. Okay, so we're going to take these 4 tracks and turn them into 2, but there's going to be an awful lot of overlap unless we go. This one comes in on that side, at which point you're going to be left with a spare. I think we need to use all 4. Do we, though? Yeah, I think we probably do. Okay, well, welcome to another episode of I Haven't Thought This Through. How much of this can I get rid of? I'm guessing here, not a lot. Okay, right, let's just hypothetical that. I mean, that's okay. That's acceptable. Right, we'll take that. Let's get rid of this piece here that's just decided to cling on for dear life. That one, yeah. Why are you not wanting to connect there? Is it because there's a train on that bit? Could be. I've seen less plausible things before. And the hope here is that, I mean, firstly, that we're then subsequently able to run trains more efficiently in and out of the station, but also that we get more passengers coming in and out. If I'm right, it'll be great. If I'm wrong, it will be less great. There we go, merge you together. There we are, and do the same here. Actually, that's kind of cool. I like that. That's helpful. Okay, right, and then it must be that there's already a train on that bit of track. That has to be the reason. There we go. So the signalling here is going to be what's the right word? Complicated. Let's get him a bit further out of the way, and a bit more of a pause. Right. And then, of course, we're going to need to do plenty of kind of hypothetical train linking to see if this is going to yield the results that we're after. That's a fair old wiggle on there, isn't it? Still. Then we're going to need one there. Let's put that like that. Okay, so thinking out loud here, we're going to come in on the right because everybody comes in on the right, at which point we need a signal. Okay, now we are running two lines in this way, so the ideal is to have one line finish up over here, say, and the other line to finish up. Actually, we could just use this side of the station, couldn't we? And then the other side can use the other side of the station, and this wiggly curve here is actually relatively unnecessary. Yeah, okay, yeah, that might suffice. And then we're probably going to need some kind of switcheroo about there. Yeah, the problem we're going to have is in signals. There's no two ways about that in the slightest. Signalling is going to be our major woe. So we have one signal there. We have another one there. That's a start, I suppose. We've got another one here, right? And then coming on this one, we've got a signal there. Yeah. Probably want another one just a little bit further up. There we go. All right, now if this pays off, I'm going to be rather pleased. But I think we do have to, because of the number of services coming in both ways, I think we're going to have to resolve both sides of the station at once. Right, we've got just about enough space there. Did I turn him around as well? Or is it I think he's turned around of his own volition, given he's kind of got, the station's no longer there. Let's all go home, shall we? Vehicle in the way. Of course there's a vehicle in the way. Alright, well, let's how much space have we got? Alright, the next service is not for a couple of minutes, so let's get this chap in order. Can I not even select it now? Interesting. Okay, that is interesting. This train is now frozen. Possibly I have removed more track than was advisable. Alright, well let's connect it up to the station and then see what we can do. There is where we're going. It's not perfect, actually. I want a bit more track, if it's all the same to you. Or rather, I want a bit more space in order to lay this track. Are we going flat here? Yes. Okay, so that's going flat. So if we stay flat on this approach, then we should have a little more success. Okay, now this is still not going to necessarily be the most elegant. Oh, was the train is ghosted. That's exciting. Let's put a bit of temporary in there and see if we can now get access to the fella. You going to talk to me? Yes. Okay. Right. Now just back up a little bit more because I need the space. That'll do. Right, okay. So we'll take it down a bit further. Actually, you didn't make an awful lot of space there, did you? Keep running, or is it? No, we've stopped it again. Keep running. Go on, come on, come on, out of the way. Actually, I can't give you all day. Come on, get a move on. There we go. Right. Okay, now, I mean, arguably I should have done this originally, but, I think I possibly even said at the time that that this was going to be, that there would be an interstitial kind of setup that we would subsequently replace. In which case, this has always been the plan. All right, just live with it. All right, put a junction on that. All right, and then we'll do exactly, we'll do pretty much the same thing that we did before. Get you over here first, and then merge on. Beautiful, and then merge on. Special, and once more. All right, good. And then all we need to do is merge this in the junction, and everybody's happy. Actually, I'm not completely happy. Let's just smooth some of this out, shall we? Come on, play the game. You know you want to. There we go. And obviously, after the AI starts to put some buildings in here, it's going to look like, this is how it's always been. The trick for me is going to be to persuade the AI to actually build some buildings, but I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, good. All right, so just to recap, we're going to come in on the right, and we want some of them to come in on the left. Oh, yes, we do, don't we? Which means, and I like it, and I like the risk here is high. All right, so let's signal up. Let's put our safe area signals in place. Yes. Okay, and then what? All right, everything's coming in on the right. We want to stay on this side, so we want another signal on the right here, and then what? Now I can't really stop, or can I? Yeah, no, I can stop something there. That's fine. And we'll stop one more there. Then they're either going to come in up here, or they're going to come in up this side. So I can't put any more signals on this section because if I do so, then we'll have trains getting released by this signal here, this one. They'll head up this side, all happy and joyful, and potentially go head to head with stuff merging on there or coming out of the station. So that's no use to me at all. But what we can do is we can stick one on here somewhere. If there is anywhere we can put it, we can put one there. That will do. And then we've got our release signals, and everybody's happy, in theory. Right, let's stop you. Yeah, and then let's turn you around, and then let's run it again. Okay, so I'm going to let that just sit for a moment, and then we'll worry about getting individual lines using individual bits of the station. Now, the good news is it didn't try something ridiculous there and going over the other side. So, with the 4 routes now going in and out of Dronfield, we now have, excuse me, we now have 4 platforms. So every route has its own platform. That's good. I mean, that also potentially leads us to a scenario where we've got 4 trains in the station at once. That'll be fun. Of course, it's going to take the passengers a moment or two to realise that that's what's going on, but you know, they'll come to terms with that. Except we haven't at the moment. I haven't done that last bit yet. Okay. And given that I can't put signals here, that could actually be a problem. Everything's still trying to come into this one side. Except for you. Oh, check you out, bold trailblazer. Well, that's innovative. So I'm just going to keep watching this and see what happens. So, you know, we're running at high speed. I'm trying to avoid running at high speed too much because it'll lead to you're also bold trailblazing. Okay. And you're coming in the other side. I'm not entirely sure what everybody's thinking here. Maybe the trains are just coming into whatever platform is available at a given moment. But how about that? That's cool. Look at it. Look at that. In which case, I don't need to muck about with this at all. If we've got trains that are if they're just getting it done. Let's have a quick look and make sure that everybody's at least got a time associated. Yes, everybody's got a time, which means that all those services are running. And if the AI has kind of gone, right, well, we'll just take whatever's available. I don't know. It feels wrong and bad, but so far it seems to be working. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Oh, yeah. You see, look, he's coming in the other side. It's all rather nifty. All right, okay. Why are you waiting? You're waiting because you're waiting. And what are you waiting for? You held on a red. Yeah, this signal here isn't working. For some reason, this line here is getting priority over everything. And that shouldn't be the case. And you've just gone up the wrong side. Okay, right. Well, that'll be the problem there. Let's check the Dronfield to Dinnington route. Dinnington? Dinningford? Dinnington. Okay, well look, can you show me the route? Alright, it's the grey route we're looking at here. So it's coming out this way, and then what we need to do is we need to get it onto the other side of the track. This should be easy. We've got a signal there already. It's like I'd planned this. Okay, so coming out of Dronfield, we want to go through here. Has that got it sorted? It's using it's very helpfully using a similar color brown to the kind of the underlay of this this track, which is less than helpful. Let's make sure that the station side is working. Okay, right. Theoretically, that should work now. Because we can't have queues at this bit of junction here. That's no. Well, hold on. Look, you've still got priority. This could be. Yes. Okay. So that's. Excuse me. That's already on the old track. So that's because it had already committed that it's going up that way. Now, equally, there could be a problem where there's a bit of electrification missing. I don't think that's the case. It's not like these trains to, be purposefully disobedient. it should tell me there's no path. If it can't follow the one I just set for it, it will usually just say no. It's not. That's a non-starter, Gov. No, that all looks all right. Okay, so we need to follow the next one then, don't we? That's as simple as can be. There we go. There it goes up the right side. Good. Everything is in order. So that should stop the queuing there. And already I think we can say, yeah, look, okay. So previously I'd only ever seen it get up to kind of 75 passengers, and here we are pushing 100 now. So this is almost certainly going to be more effective. And I'm really liking how these trains are just kind of picking whatever platform suits them. So far it's working, and not having to see. There you go. It's headed on out. Oh, we've got an yeah moment. What have you got for me? A new kind of bus, and a new kind of electric, and a new kind of goods wagon. Why are there two identical versions of the same goods wagon? Unless they carry different kinds of goods, I guess. Okay, right. Well, sadly, I just upgraded all of my buses ever so recently, so that's a bit of a downer. Well, we can do it again. Right. Okay. Well, that'll wrap it up for this time. That was actually considerably more painless, or less painful. Just you can have it whichever way suits you. Than I'd anticipated. And next time around, I think we'll probably turn our attentions to somewhere else. Dronfield's had enough for it to get prospering for a bit, but we do have, the objective is 3 such kind of locales, and then hopefully at some point we'll be able to link them all up. Although I have not put any thought in the slightest into how I'm going to do that. So that's sure to be right riveting. Anyway, I've been Colonel Failure. Thanks very much for watching today. Please do like this video if you did like it, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. I mean, heck, you made it to the end of the video, you may as well subscribe. There's plenty more where this came from. And I will catch up with you in the very near future. I've done that one. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time. Cheerio. Listen.